Hey everyone, Diego here. Welcome back to the channel. In this vid we have Royal Steel versus RubySapphire. Also, if you didn't know, the channel is giving away an Arcasia's Island booster box and two Arcasia's Island Illumineers troves, and the link to join the giveaway will be linked in the description down below. So we start off by drawing into a Mr. Smee, Merlin Rabbit, Friends on the Other Side, Calhoun, Fire the Canyons, Pete, and a Merlin Goat. And we immediately decide to put back the Calhoun, Fire the Canyons, Pete, the Merlin Goat, in hopes that we will find a good one-drop character. And we end up finding a Madame Mim Snake, and then along came Zeus, a Merlin Goat once again, and a Lawrence. Unfortunately, no one-drop character, and what makes this even more rough is that we're on the draw. So we just have to try our best to make it work. My opponent inks a Maleficent Dragon and plays a Popsicle to draw and passes. I ink a Madame M Snake and pass. Still no one drop. My opponent inks a Tipo and plays a Tipo, inks a mystery card and passes. I drew into a Magic Broom, one turn too late. I inked the Magic Broom, good riddance, and play a Mr. Smee and pass. My opponent inks a Hiram to play a Hiram. Wow, he's been playing every card that he inked that turn so far. He pops the Popsicle to draw two and passes. I quest for two with the Smee. Ink a Friends on the Other Side, and for three I play Lawrence and pass. So what enchanted are you hoping to pull the most? Personally, I would love to pull the Donald Duck Flustered Sorcerer or the Tamatoa Happy as a Clam. The art on those cards really look insane. My opponent plays the Maui and uses him to take out Smee. Quest for one with Tipo and passes. Didn't quest with the Hiram. I guess he doesn't want it to be taken out. I ink a Lawrence. And then for four I play a Rabbit, draw. And I quest for two with the Lawrence and pass. My opponent draws. Then plays the Great Stone Dragon. It comes in exerted. Tipo will crash into the Lawrence and then Maui will take it out, taking no damage because once Lawrence has a damage counter on him, his strength gets reduced to 0. Then my opponent plays a Vision of the Future, excavates 5 cards, and then gets to choose one to put in his hand and then puts the rest down at the bottom of the deck. For one, Fire the Canyons, taking out the Maui. I ink a White Rose. And then Rabbit will deal 2 damage to the Hiram, and then along came Zeus will take out the Hiram. And then I pass. Also, I've been wondering if you guys would be interested in seeing me open an Arcasia's Island booster box on the channel. I've been thinking about opening Disney Lorcana products, but not sure if you guys would be interested in that. Let me know. My opponent inks a Vision of the Future, and then plays a Maui, taking out Rabbit. I almost forget to draw here. My opponent plays Vision of the Future, excavates the top 5 cards, picks one, puts it in his hand, and then puts the rest at the bottom of the deck. Then passes, I draw. That Greystone Dragon is putting in some work. For one, I play a Diablo. And then for two, I play a Calhoun. Hopefully that Calhoun will make him think twice before exerting any of his characters. And then I play a Pete for no actions. Hopefully Pete will stop a pre-planned be prepared or any actions that would ramp him, because you don't want him doing anything like that anymore. Then he plays the MacDuck Manor. We want to get that location out as soon as possible. That 2 lore racks up quick. Passive aggressive lore, baby. So Kalun and Pete will deal 6 total into the manor. And for 1, I'll play a Diablo. Then I'll play a Goat, gaining a lore. And then questing with the ready Diablo and passing. Here, if I get pre-prepared, I won't feel so bad, because at least I draw 2 and gain a lore. But we'll see. Preferably don't want to get, there it is, be prepared. So I draw 2 cards and gain a lore. Here we're trying to figure out if my opponent added my lore or not. This is why I believe it's best for each player to handle their own lore and not try to help out the opponent in adding lore or anything, because then it creates these issues or these mistakes. Because right now I ended up unfortunately with 1 extra lore. I should be at 8 now and I'm at 9. So yeah, just to prevent that, every player should just handle their own lore. So I played a white rose, gaining me a lore, a Calhoun, and then I passed it to my opponent. He played a Tipo, inking a card. And then he passes it back. I take out the manor with the white rose and the Calhoun, then pass it back. My opponent plays a popsicle, drawing a card, and then he exerts the Great Stone Dragon, inking a character from his discard. And then he plays the all-powerful Maui Half Shark. Trigger is the Vitalisphere's effect, giving Maui rush, and then he challenges and banishes my Calhoun, triggering his ability, adding back the Vision of the Future to his hand, and then he pops the other Vitalisphere, giving the ability to Tipo, and then he trades with my white rose. And passes, I immediately drop the Zeus on the Maui Shark and play a Diablo and pass. That shark can't stay on the board for too long, or else it could be dangerous, especially when paired with the Pirate's Life. My opponent's thinking. For 3 they play a Sisu, and then they look into the future. Man, Vision of the Future comes in clutch when trying to find key cards that you need to end the game. My opponent passes. I play a Friends on the other side. Ink a Merlin Crab. Play a Rabbit. Draw a card. Finally, we see our draw engine. Finally. Then I pass. My opponent readies. Exerts the Greystone Dragon to ink a card from their discard. A character, to be exact. They shift into Big Sisu, removing both my Diablo and my Rabbit, but I draw 2 cards. Then they quest for 3 with the Sisu and pass. I'll play a White Rose, gaining a lore, putting me to 12 to my opponent's 9, and then play a Magic Broom for 1, and then a Mr. Smee, triggering my Magic Broom's ability by popping it to draw, and then I play a Chernobog's Followers and pass. My opponent readies up. They exert their Greystone Dragon, and then realize that they don't have any more characters in their discard. They play a Hiram, popping the Popsicle to draw 2 cards. They ink a Queen of Hearts, play a Vitalisphere, and play a Maleficent Dragon, banishing my Smee. And they quest for 3 with the Sisu and pass. I ready up, draw. Yeah, my opponent has a pretty scary board, and I'm not sure if I can deal with it right now. All depends on what I have in my hand, and it's tie game right now, so we'll see. I think the best thing would be to take out that Sisu because we don't want it questing for 3 once again. But let's see what we were able to pull off. So I quest for 1 with the Chernobog's followers, triggering its ability to banish it and draw. I quest with the white rose. I play a fox, bouncing the rose, taking out Sisu with fox, trading actually, and then I play a Merlin goat, gaining a lure and passing. My opponent readies up. Now they exert the Great Stone Dragon, and they do have a character in their discard, so they ink that, and they play a Tamatoa. Not sure what item they grabbed back. I guess it was the popsicle. They play the popsicle to draw a card. They quest with the Hiram for 1, popping the popsicle to draw 2. I can't wait for blue steel next set. It's gonna be insane with the new 6-cost Tamatoa, happy as a clam, and the new bell, apprentice inventor. My opponent sings a pirate's life, gaining 2 lore and stealing 2 from me. Man, this goat is facing up against a pretty scary board. I'm gonna play an Elsa, exerting Tamatoa. At this point I knew it was going to be tough and I wasn't quite sure to deal with the board, so I trade both Elsa and the goat, taking out the Maleficent Dragon because I don't think I just didn't have enough to take out the Tamatoa. That guy is pretty beefy. And then I ink a white rose and play a Lawrence, and I think this is pretty much GG's. My opponent quests for 3 with the Tamatoa, triggering its ability, returning the popsicle from the discard to the hand. Then for 1, plays the popsicle to draw. And then plays a Maui Shark. Pretty sure that's GG's. So here I'm explaining to my opponent that all they need to do is, since they already quested with the Tamatoa, their items are a little bit less important. So they just need to quest with the Hiram for 1, putting them at 19 lore. And then with the 2 cards that they draw, they'll find an action to play for Half Shark's ability for 20. And yep. Alright, RubySapphire takes game 1. Alright, game 2, let's go. So we start off by drawing our Chernobog's followers, Mr. Smee, Pete, Grab Your Sword, Merlin Goat, Madam Mim Snake, and a Magic Broom. Nice, we got our 1-drop characters this time, and we're on the play. So we decide to alter the Grab Your Sword, Merlin Goat, Madam Mim Snake, and a Magic Broom, and ended up getting another Magic Broom, and then along came Zeus, the White Rose, and a friends on the other side. Looks like all the 1-drops decided to join the party now. At least we have them. So here, the plan is definitely on turn 1, Chernobog's followers, turn 2, Mr. Smee, turn 3, Pete, in hopes of locking them out of any ramping actions, and then hopefully we find a rabbit before our 4th turn. If not, we have the goat, and then we can sing friends on the other side with goat on turn 4, or turn 5 rather, but I'm already thinking too far ahead, so let's just make it there first. My opponent sails the Azurite Sea, drawing a card. Thanks everyone's second favorite Maui, and passes. I quest for 2 with Mr. Smee. I ink a friends on the other side and play a White Rose, gaining a lure, and pass. Smee takes a damage. My opponent plays 2 Queens of Hearts. One of them takes out Smee, trading, and passes. On my turn, I sing friends on the other side with the white rose, drawing 2 cards. I ink an Elsa. And play a Kowloon to apply some pressure. Then play a snake, bouncing back the white rose and passing. My opponent inks a pirate's life, that's where we want to see it. My opponent plays a Hiram, popping the ice block to draw 2 cards and passes. Man, it's funny because every time I have Kowloon out, my opponent leaves his characters ready, and I'm like, come on, you got a quest, dude. You got a quest. Which they do if they want to win the game, you know. I ink a crab, and I play the white rose once again, gaining a lore. Then I play another Kowloon, and then I quest with Kowloon and snake for a total of 2 lore, and pass. My opponent readies up. For one, they play a popsicle. For another one, they play another popsicle, drawing a total of 2 cards. Then they play a how far I'll go, and passes. And I tell them once again, come on, you got a quest, you got a quest. Having 2 Kowloons on my side of the field. I play a Farther Canyons on the queen. I quest with everybody for a total of 4. Then I play a P for no actions. I definitely don't want my opponent blowing up this board. I have way too many characters compared to them. And I pass. My opponent inks a Brawl. Does no good in pretty much this matchup in SteelAmethyst. And then they play a Maui. And then Maui crashes into a Kowloon, receiving 3 damage. Kowloon gets banished. They use a popsicle, healing Maui for 2. And they quest for 1 with the Hiram, popping the popsicle to draw 2 cards. And they pass. I ready up. Draw. Yeah, Kowloon's gonna put in some work this time, for sure. Lonkim Zeus on the Maui. And then the snake and Kowloon will take out Hiram. I gain 2 lore. Snake takes 1 damage. Kowloon takes none because of its resist +1. Quest with everybody else for 2. And then I play a magic broom. I believe my opponent just think the Maleficent Dragon. You love to see it. Man, I think here they were trying to scoop, but I talked them into just playing it out. You never know. You don't never know what's next on top of your deck. You know, you might draw something that will turn the game around. My opponent plays a Queen of Hearts, trading with Madame M Snake, and they play Lady Tremaine. I choose to banish my Magic Broom since it's my least impactful character. And then I quest with everybody else for 3, putting me at 18 to my opponent's 1. And then I play a Diablo and pass. My opponent's checking their discard to see, maybe to see what the probability is of them drawing a certain card. Not sure. They play another Lady Tremaine. Definitely gonna go for the Diablo to gain that draw. And they popped a Vitalisphere, giving it to Lady Tremaine. Lady Tremaine will crash into the White Rose, banishing it, and then the other Lady Tremaine will take care of Kowloon. And they pass. Already up, draw, play a rabbit, draw, quest for 1 with the Pete. I'm so close, so close. I ink a crab, play a snake, bouncing the rabbit to draw. Lady Tremaine trades with the Pete. Then down comes the Maui Half Shark. Lady Tremaine sings a Pirate's Life. They gain 3 lore. I lose 2. They pass. I play a rabbit, draw. I take out Lady Tremaine with snake. At this point I gotta start taking out their characters, otherwise they're gonna start luring up and they're gonna catch up pretty quick. So I play a Calhoun and pass. My opponent looks into their future. I gain the lore for them. Going against doing the what I said not to do, right? Earlier this vid. And they play another Vision of the Future, gaining another lore. Because of the Maui half shark. And they're gonna see how far they'll go. So right here, I'm starting to think that, I mean, my opponent only has one card in their hand and it's another Vision of the Future. This turn, my opponent looked at the top 15 cards of their deck. 15. There's no way that they didn't find what they needed, right? But I mean, it might be too late. So I'm gonna definitely quest for 2 here. That's all I'm gonna do now. Quest. I'm not even gonna challenge anymore. Then I bounce the rabbit with the fox. I draw. And then I pass. My opponent plays the Tamatoa, getting back an item from their discard, and they don't seem to have an item. That's crazy. And then the Maui Shark takes out Calhoun, triggering its ability, getting the Pirate's Life back. And they use the Pirate's Life, gaining 3 lore, and I lose 2. See? And my opponent was just about to give up. This turned out to be a crazy game. I quest for 1 with the fox, and then I play a go, putting me at 19 again. My opponent plays a popsicle, drawing a card. Then they're gonna trade with the fox. My opponent's Maui Shark's ability triggers. They use the Pirate's Life that they got from the discard. They gain 2 lore, I lose 2. They pass, I ready up, draw. Go is gonna quest for 1. I'll play another go for 19. And then I pass. I don't got that bounce. Either a bounce or a Zeus will do the trick. Or a white rose. That too. And yeah, my opponent scoops it up. If any of those rabbits in my hand were inkable, I could have played the fox last turn to bounce a go, and that would have been GG's. Alright, game 2 goes to Royal Steel. Game 3, let's go. We start off by drawing into 2 friends on the other side, a magic broom, 2 white roses, Merlin rabbit, and a Lawrence. And we're putting back the 2 white roses and a friends on the other side. We'd rather play Lawrence on turn 3 since it'll take more of our opponent's resources to take him out. And then we draw into a Mr. Smee and 2, and then along came Zeus's. This starting hand is almost perfect. We have good characters to draw for the first 4 turns. On top of that, we don't mind being on the draw since we have 2 loaded Zeus's in our hand. So anything our opponent plays, taking it right out. My opponent starts us off by inking a Brawl, not really useful in this matchup, and plays a Popsicle to draw and passes. I ink a Snake, play a Magic Broom, and pass. My opponent readies up, they ink another Brawl, and for 1 they play a Popsicle and draw, and then they play a second Popsicle for turn and draw. 3 Popsicles already. They pass, I ready up, draw, I ink a White Rose, quest with the Magic Broom for 1, and play a Mr. Smee, triggering the Magic Broom's ability to draw and pass. My opponent plays a Tipo, inks a mystery card, and then for 1 plays a Vitality Sphere and passes. I ready up, draw, quest for 2 with the Mr. Smee, ink a Lawrence to play a Lawrence and pass. Smee takes a damage. My opponent plays a Hiram, pops a Popsicle to draw 2, inks a Maleficent Dragon, triggers the ability of Vitality Sphere, giving it to Tipo, and takes out my Mr. Smee and passes. I quest for 2 with the Lawrence. I anchor friends on the other side to play a rabbit, draw, and pass. My opponent inks a Sisu. Then for 3, plays a Sisu. And then looks into his future with vision of the future. Quest for 1 with the Hiram, popping a Popsicle to draw 2 and passes. I ready up, draw. Merlin Rabbit will sing Zeus on the Sisu. Don't want that shifting for sure. And then I crash Lawrence into the Hiram, dealing 4 damage, and then finish off the Hiram with a Fire the Canyons. And I'll play a Snake, bouncing the Rabbit to draw, and then I'll play a Magic Broom and pass. That was a productive turn. My opponent plays a Vitality Sphere, plays Maui, takes out Lawrence for free since Lawrence had a damage, so his attack was 0, and then passes. I draw. I know I definitely want to quest with that Magic Broom, because I'm going to want to use its ability to draw. So yep, I quest for 1 with the Magic Broom. Play Rabbit once again, draw. I trigger Magic Broom's ability to draw by banishing it. I'm thinking about what to ink here. I ink the White Rose. Then I quest with the Snake, putting me to 7 to my opponent's 1, and then pass. My opponent readies up. They draw, they play an Ice Block. They Ice Block the Snake, banish it with Maui, and then they play a Lady Tremaine, taking out my Rabbit. I draw. They pass. I play a Rabbit. I draw. I anchor friends on the other side. And I pass. Okay. My opponent plays the Vision of the Future. If Rabbit manages to survive until next turn, you know he's going to be singing And Then Along Came Zeus, his favorite song. My opponent's going to play Pirate's Life. I lose 2 lore. My opponent gains 2. They're going to quest for 2 with the Lady Tremaine and pass. At first I quested with the Rabbit, but I'm like, no, wait. Take that back. Sing. Our friends on the other side. No, I guess I didn't sing Along Came Zeus. Do I still have it in my hand? Oh yeah, it's because I found the Fox, and Fox will trade to Lady Tremaine. Yeah. Rather get that bounce to draw than that sing, because then that makes my Rabbit vulnerable. I ink a White Rose. And I'm pretty sure I just play the Rabbit here again. Yep, play the Rabbit to draw. My hand is loaded right now. And I pass. My opponent sails the Azurite Sea. They draw. And pass. Oh. I ready up, draw. For 1. I play a Diablo. For another one, I play another Diablo. Rabbit will sing Zeus on the Maui. And then I'll play a Fox, bouncing the Rabbit to draw. All the draws. Then I play on Mr. Smee and pass. See, this is why I like Rabbit way more than Genie, because you're able to do things like that, you know? He gives so much more value to Fox and Snake. Alright, my opponent plays a Tamatoa, plays a Popsicle, and passes. Good thing they didn't have the Be Prepared, but even though we wouldn't really mind because we have 2 Diablos. Quest up to 10 to my opponent's 5. Play a Magic Broom. Play a Chillhop's Followers. We'll trigger Magic Broom's ability to banish and draw. And then we'll play another Rabbit to draw. Ink the Chillhop's Followers. Then play a Snake to bounce the Rabbit. Draw again and pass. Our opponent readies up. They quest with the Tamatoa for a total of 5. They grab a Popsicle from the discard. They play the Popsicle, draw a card. And they play Maui Half Shark. Dangerous. They sell the Azurite Sea. They pop the Vitalisphere. Give the ability to Maui Shark. Maui Shark challenges and banishes Mr. Smee. Maui Shark's ability triggers. Not quite sure what they grabbed there. Oh, it was probably the Azurite Sea. They gain the lore. And they pass. I gotta figure out a way to take care of both characters. Because Tamatoa and Maui Half Shark are both RubySapphire's win cons. So, gotta make sure they're both banished. Alright, about 10 minutes later, I figure out how I want to do it. Fox goes into Tamatoa for 4. And then Snake and Chillhop's Followers finish off Tamatoa for 4. I'm gonna play, and then along came Zeus on the Maui Shark. And then for 4, I'm going to play Rabbit to draw. And I'm going to quest with both Diablos for 2 and pass. My opponent plays another Maui Shark. Then plays How Far I'll Go. They gain a lore off of Shark. And pass. I ready up, draw. I'm gonna play Elsa, exerting the Maui Shark and the Crab, giving Elsa +3 challenger and enough to trade with the Maui Shark. Nice. Then I quest for 3, putting me at 15 to my opponent's 12, and pass. My opponent readies up, I show my hand. My opponent plays a Sisu, taking everybody out after the ice block. I draw a few cards. That Sisu is dangerous right now. It would put my opponent at 15. Elsa exerting the Sisu. And then down comes another crab. The same trick worked twice. Elsa trades with the Sisu. And then 1 for the Fire the Canyons on the Queen of Hearts, clearing my opponent's board. And then I pass. My opponent plays a Hiram, banishing the Popsicle to draw 2. My opponent plays a Pirate's Life. They gain 2 lore, I lose 2 lore, and then they pass. I quest for 1 with the Crab. Then for 4, I play a Goat, gaining a lore, putting me at 15. And then a Snake, bouncing the Goat, putting me at 16. Then I ankle Lawrence, and I play a Goat, putting me at 17. And I pass. This is a game. My opponent quests with the Hiram for 1, popping the Popsicle to draw 2. My opponent inks a Queen of Hearts. In hindsight, I feel like I should have just played the Lawrence and not inked them away. But yeah, because I realized that I could I opened myself up to a be prepared. And yeah, and then my opponent plays a Pirate's Life. But at least I gained the lore and I drew. I play a Diablo. My opponent looks into his future once again. That vision of the future is coming in clutch for my opponent. And they play another Sisu, banishing my Diablo. I draw. And then I play 2 grab your swords to take out the Sisu. Because that would have been GG's next turn if that Sisu got to quest for 3. My opponent plays a Lucky Dime for 7 and plays a Maui, Hero to All. Luckily, that Maui has Reckless and does not have any lore value. Then I play a Go and a Pete. We're both at 17. My opponent can't play actions. My opponent plays a Magduck Manor. I quest for 2. And I Zeus my own goat for a 20. GG's Royal Steel takes the match. That was a really close one. It could have gone either way. Either way. GG's. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And don't forget, I have that Arcasia's Island booster box and Illuminated Trove giveaway. So check out the link to that in the description down below. Happy questing!